Luke Sowe, Master Facilitator and Certified Leadership Coach with the ICF. I get many questions about the differences between mentoring and coaching. So in today's quick video, we are going to demystify that process visually, of course, so we can see what's going on here. So in order to understand the difference between mentoring and coaching, we first need to understand the traditional leadership model when working with others. All right, clearly you have your own leadership functions with your decision making and the actual work that you do. This is in relation to leading your actual teams that you're working with. So traditionally, back in the day, most leaders are really, really good at telling their teams what to do, which is kind of like, do this, do that. This is the solution. Do it this way. Do as you're told. Do as I say, not as I do. Do it quicker. Do it faster. Here is the plan. Follow it. We're more focused on the problems and the things that go wrong, and that is going to limit your team's growth, both the individuals within your team and the team collectively. Most traditional leaders are performing this telling style of leadership a shocking 80% of the time, which then leaves the remaining percentages to be mentoring and coaching. So let's take a look at what mentoring actually is. Mentoring is guiding your teams through your experience. It's sharing your wisdom. It's showing them how to do it. It's explaining clearly. You might share the purpose or why we're doing it this way. It's very nurturing and caring process to mentor effectively. And does it take a little bit of time? Yes, it does. And you will get your return on investment of time because you're helping them to grow. You will share your best practices, commonly known as SOPs, Standard Operating Procedures. Those SOPs were created from best practices from experienced leaders who've been doing that task for many, many years. You help them to grow. That's your intention as a great leader who mentors effectively. You want to help your team to grow, and you're helping others to learn from the mistakes that you made so they don't need to repeat them. So this is really good for accelerating growth because there are members of your team who don't know what they don't know, right? So the mentoring is a soft, elegant, gentle way to guide them, yet it accelerates the process because you're sharing best practices to prevent mistakes. Traditional leaders are doing this just 10% of the time, which then leaves us with coaching. So how coaching is different to mentoring is primarily you're asking a lot more questions, right? You're not telling them what to do. You're not so much guiding them what to do. You're going to ask powerful questions, right? Helping them to get to the root cause of the problem, helping them to think outside of the box. You need to have a belief in their potential. So coaching is really good for unlocking hidden potential in the mind of your subordinates and your team. So you need to have the belief that they are capable of more. Sometimes you need to believe more in your team than they believe in themselves. And with that intention, you help to unlock their greatness. You're helping them to think for themselves. When you ask them questions, they're kind of encouraged to come up with their own ideas, to be more creative, to be more innovative, and to therefore think for themselves. So you're helping them with their thinking process. You're helping them to solve their own problems. You're not telling them what to do. So they're coming up with their own solutions to solve their own problems. Can you imagine the autonomy and the proactivity that creates when your team members are empowered to do that? You help them to be part of the solution. Why? Because you're not telling them what to do. You open it up as a discussion. It can be one-on-one coaching or it could be group coaching, such in brainstorming or problem solving and things like that. A coaching process is very solution focused. It creates greater ownership in the coachee, the people receiving the coaching. It helps them to be more accountable because they've been included in the process. They take that ownership and then they have that accountability to drive that project, that initiative, those actions forward. And this empowers growth. And with traditional leadership, that's happening about 10% of the time. Now, of course, the challenge with traditional leadership is that following this model, it keeps the team locked in to the leader's current level of thinking. And if the leader does not have a growth mindset, then it's just like a flat line. And we know what that looks like, right? So that's the traditional model. Now, the new, updated, innovative leadership model, the similar pillars that we saw a moment ago. So we're still going to have mentoring where we accelerate the growth. And you want to change that percentage to aim for 40% of the time that you're mentoring and guiding and showing the way and leading by example and sharing your best practices to help them accelerate their growth. Coaching, again, all the same qualities and characteristics, and we're going to bump that up to 40% as well, where you're going to ask more questions. You're going to unleash that full potential. And we do have a modified version of telling your teams what to do, which sounds a little bit like this. You could, for example, say, please do it this way. Or you could say, this is urgent. Please follow these instructions. What if we did it this way? Hey, I need your help with this, please. Can you please handle it? Because I trust you and I know that you'll do a great job. I suggest, blah, 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 fill in the blank. I recommend this. What do you think? Which is a nice blend and a little bit of coaching in there as well. Now, this model supports growth. This new updated version of telling people what to do supports the growth. And that still needs to happen. Sometimes things are urgent. Sometimes the team does need your decisiveness and your action and your suggestions, and they need it now. So it's about finding that balance. Now, what's interesting, when you follow this model with these approximate percentages, depending on your team, of course, your size, the industry, and so on, what's interesting here is this innovative leadership model. It utilizes the innovation and creativity of the individuals, right? Because you're mentoring the individuals, you're coaching the individuals to unleash their full potential and to accelerate their growth. As you do that individually, you're creating now synergy within the team to come up with even better ideas, more success, and you will expand the team's success. So again, in summary, telling, that's pretty obvious what to do. We can just do it in a more supportive way. Mentoring is kind of a combination of telling, yet it's more like guiding and showing and those best practices from my years of experience, sharing my wisdom so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. And then finally, we have coaching, which is about asking those questions, eliciting some solutions, getting the buy-in, that ownership and accountability to help them expand their growth in that way. So find the balance that works for you. Embrace this innovative leadership model, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.